I'm here on a weekday to talk with you. We're going to kick off this program this morning by joining Rufai Oseni, who is on standby already to talk with us. Good morning and welcome to the program, Rufai.
Morning, Ango.
Okay, there are so many things we need to talk about, but let's see how much ground we can cover. Let's start from the international scene. Iran warns of prolonged war that could destroy world economy, and they're making some demands to be met before they can stop the war. So I'd like you to comment on that.
Yes, they're making some demands. They're talking about international recognition. They're talking of payment of reparation. The war escalated yesterday. A lot of the GCC partner nations in the Gulf, they went to the UN and they passed a resolution that Iran should stop attacking them, but that didn't stop Iran. There were still attacks. In fact, Citibank has pulled out some of his staff from there. And crude oil prices have inched up again over $100 per barrel yesterday in trading. So that dynamic is still on. It's still very fluid. Trump on the home front still says he'll keep fighting. America is still looking very large incursions. America took some of its B bombers out of Fairford yesterday, RAF Fairford. Let's go to see the impact of those big bombers, but Iran still looks resilient and the war still continues big time. So the dynamics are still up.
It seems they were preparing for this war for a very long time, and like you said yesterday, America might have entered this war without a plan. Okay.
Yes, it was a war without a plan. I mean, the economists had a big headline around it, and it shows. So look at price of oil in America. People are beginning to scream. It's inching up to over $5 per gallon in America, and it's so bad now to the extent that people are really complaining big time in America. The Pentagon released a report recently that in the first 6 days of the war, America spent close to $12 billion on this war. So people are beginning to ask for the home soon.
What if they don't win this war? Will that mean a power shift from America to another person or another people?
Apart from Gulf War, can you point me how many wars America has won in recent times?
Okay. So
apart from the Gulf War, can you point me?
So
they didn't do well in Vietnam. When they even got into Afghanistan, they were disgraced out. I mean, Trump talked about that. You know, they had to push them out after so many years. When Biden said he has just come out of this. Can you point to any other one that they've been able to successfully win?
So as they call themselves the world police, and I recognize that much, so how are they playing the role of world police when they cannot even win a small war?
So what they have is military might. They have a lot of attrition, but you see, the same might is right, but it's not always right. I mean, Vietnam taught America a lesson. If you go back historically, it took Walter Cronkite, the journalist, from CBS, to go in there and Vietnam and give a report that this is going to just end with a very big stalemate, because there was already a stalemate there with the Viet Congs. And I think those little Johnson were smart enough to know that if Cronkite says we can't win this, we can't win this. It's caused a lot of coups, just like they did with Salvador Allende in Chile, just like they did with Operation Ajax with Mossadegh in 1953 in Iran. It's caused a lot of political instability, but winning outright wars, yes, they supported the likes of the Sandinistas, Nicaragua. They sold weapons, despite the fact that they were supporting Iraq in the Iran-Iraq war of the 1980s. When the Contra affair happened, they sold weapons to Iran at the back door. Despite the fact that they were openly supporting Iraq, they still sold weapons to Iran, and that caused a very big scandal. And most of that money was used to fund the Contras. So, I mean, point out how many war, you're not able to win a lot of wars. The fact that so with all the might, what just happens at the end is it just becomes very protracted. They normally will not have an exit plan, just like they didn't have a good exit plan. Biden had to force them to come out, and they will end up telling lots of lies, just like Trump is now trying to tell lies, not to accept the fact that the girls that were killed by American Tomahawk bombs. So that's always the case, and that's why when the war started, I told, I was saying somewhere that it's a safe space for America. It's just best if Trump goes to tell his base that, see, we have killed the Ayatollah and all of that. All the things they set out for themselves at the start of the war, regime change and the likes, they see it's not that easy. Last year when they bombed Iraq and they used their bunker buster bombs, they said, oh, they have destroyed all the obliterated, that's the word they used, all the nuclear arsenal. Why are you still saying they still have nuclear weapons if you say they are obliterated now? The structure of leadership is very hard to be able to have a regime change. He thought it was probably going to be a quick one in and out Venezuela, but it's not working that way. So now it's just turned into a war of attrition. That's what is happening there. And Iran, if you saw that the Malaysian flagship was bombed at the Strait of Hormuz, so they are still effecting the attacks in the Strait of Hormuz. So American officials said they were going to escort a tanker. They lied that they escorted a tanker. The next day he deleted the tweet. So they still so.
They're beginning to sound like one giant of Africa that we know in name,
yes,
and not in action.
Oh yes. They're beginning to sound like one giant of Africa that claims that the president of that country claims that he's committed towards democracy. That's why they signed the electoral law. And yesterday they are still going to change the electoral law to say that people that have more than one party registration, they will give them 10 million fine and they will go to prison for 2 years in prison. But people that vote by or do election manipulation, they will just give them 5 million fine. So the fine for vote buying is lesser than for being in two political parties. You see, what the APC is doing is a joke. The way they are stifling democracy is a joke. Now they have perfect majority two-thirds in the Senate and all of that because they're going to stifle the PDP and all of that. And we think this is triumphalist for them. So let's see how it pans out through the election period. That's why I say Nigerians, it will be foolish of you not to come out to vote. Because these people saying that they have stifled a lot of voices, that it's going to be an easy road for them and all of that. It is Nigerians that will decide that. It's not by how many governors they have. You will have wondered that if they think they have done so well for Nigerians and they have over 30 governors, 32 now, on their side, why are they still carrying the electoral laws to be able to favor them? You know, I'm sure that, we are not so sure that this electoral law will deter people alone, so let's go and force it. So they quickly added an amendment to it that if you are seen to be more than two party registration at the same time, we will fine you 10 million, you will go to jail. So that they want everything to be available. So it just shows it's an evidence of somebody that is afraid, that is not so sure. Despite he feels he has it all on his table. But time will tell. And when President Tinubu is asked, he said he's a true Democrat, he must follow the rule of law. But a true Democrat also listens his hands all over this law, and we must tell him the truth.
But what is the difference of this belonging to two political parties and the political espionage that someone like Wike is doing? It's like
It is shocking that people like Tinubu will never see it. You know what they will say is that Wike is still a registered PDP member, and he's not in any other political party, but he's operating the APC and the likes. So people like this, the law will never catch up with them. It will be a smooth operator. But people in the business of trying to cross to another political party that they don't want opposition, then this will happen. See, let me tell you this. From my assessments, I'm beginning to think that this law is strictly targeted at one person, Peter Obi. It's just obvious. It's just obvious because they are playing out every scenario. That okay, if Atiku Moses is way in the ADC, they don't want Peter Obi to be on the ballots, and that's where they're going. If Atiku Moses is way gets the ADC, alright, and in the scenario where Peter Obi says, okay, let me go try my luck in another political party, and it's not possible. It's just against Peter Obi. Just like how after the Supreme Court ruled that Abure should not be the leadership, that Abure's tenure was over in the Labour Party, INEC didn't effect that Supreme Court ruling until Peter Obi left. That's why Peter Obi left at the end of the month, at something of December. INEC effected that ruling on the 7th of January. They are so scared of Peter Obi being on the ballot. It's beginning to be obvious. It's just about Peter Obi because they know now if they're going to box Peter Obi to one corner, that if Peter Obi does not make it in the ADC, he will not be on the ballot. And that's why they're going to tighten the laws. So in a case where he says he wants to go, and that's why I think we should go and challenge this law in the courts. Anyway, not that the courts will do anything, but it should be on record to challenge, because these laws are anti-constitutional. And as a lawmaker, these come out to say that this violates section 40 of the Constitution of right of association. So why is this hell-bent attitude to be able to lock up, oh, you must be one political party, so that you cannot move to another political party?
But why do you follow that up with okay, if you leave one party to the other, you lose your seat? I expected they could do something.
No, they will not do that. They will not do that, because once it's favored them, it's favored them. So people can become to their own party. They will not do that. They will not do that, because it's part of the ploy. It's part of the ploy. The question is, what are they afraid of? And that's why you see they quickly, because this is an afterthought, because you have passed that law, you quickly, in the space of a week, want to put in an amendment. Just imagine that, Yango. You passed a law last 2 weeks. People are agitated that the law is draconian. You didn't listen to them. And that's why President Tinubu calls them a Democrat. Never. Buhari has proven to even be better Democrats than him. With Buhari's I don't care attitude. He found to be there. People were shouting that, oh, this law is draconian. Do something about it, change it. They even threatened hyper-travel, will boycott the elections and everything. You are not concerned about it, but you are quickly going to pass amendments that will further deter anybody to move to any party. So your amendment was not there before. You quickly went to add an amendment that if they are seen on 2 registers, so they will pay 10 million, they will go for 2 years imprisonment. So you are doing everything to be able to stifle anybody. So the question you ask President, what are they afraid of? What are they afraid of? You say you have over 30 governors. What are we afraid of here? What are you afraid of? Because if you say you have over 30 governors, you have power of incumbency and everything. Because all of this, I'm just saying, is tilted towards the opposition, and particularly is tilted towards Peter.
Yeah.
Because in the case where Peter Obi doesn't get to the ADC now, it's all over, and they will now be quoting based on the electoral laws.
And then the excuse for the date of the election is Ramadan, or the fasting of the Muslims, which has never deterred us. And
these are excuses that don't hold water.
Anyway, the federal government has said that Nigerians should be thankful for local refineries capacity, as they are warning also of price shocks. They're saying we're lucky we have local refining capacity, and I don't know how that is applied.
You see, the problem is this government misrepresents facts. Local refining capacity, when majority of the crude oil is still imported. The independent marketers, they are still getting import licenses like no man's business. They are still importing a lot of cheap oil that Dangote complains about. So what local refining capacity? When the other importers are still importing, ask them, are they not still issuing import licenses? Then secondly, ask them to account for the over 3 billion they said they were going to use to fix our refinery, or even more than that amount. What have they done with that money? Is that the local refining capacity they promised us? Is that the local refining capacity they promised us? Then go, let's ask them that question.
Well, their supporters have always called Dangote refinery as an achievement of this present administration, and I don't know. This
was for their supporters. That's wrong. This was the same refinery that the their supporters are calling names today and thieves. It was the one that Dangote owed the tribute to, that ensured that he gave them forex at a special rate to be able to build that refinery. The same Emefiele is jail today. The same Emefiele that they are blackmailing today. Didn't Dangote say that the opening of the refinery was not under Buhari they opened the refinery? So how is it their credits? Ask them. Let's deal with empirical facts. And that's why when I speak the truth, Yango, for them it's like salt on worm. When you put salt on earthworm, it disintegrates. They opened this refinery under whose regime? It's not under Buhari. Is it not the same Emefiele that they are calling all sorts of names to do it, blacklisting, was the one that ensured that there was forex at below market rates for Dangote, just for him to be able to achieve this refinery. You might not agree with Emefiele, but without an Emefiele, this Dangote refinery might not have been reality. Give Emefiele his credits for this. I know their supporters will not want to hear the truth. It hurts them so much. They are speaking the truth. But when I defended and I said Tinubu was right on the moves he's making in the oil sector yesterday, they had no problem with it. Because when they opened their mouth, I said, refines this, refines that. But when I needed to give Tinubu credit, I gave him credit yesterday. That's to show you how unbiased I am. I don't care. I just care for the betterment of my country. I'm just giving you facts. On this matter, who have fact check me? If Dangote didn't give credit to Emefiele at the opening of the refinery, the videos are there. Let's stop telling ourselves right. And what their supporters should account for is the refinery that was a bloody part that we refused their truth for. That we told the world what it was, and did it finally come to pass? How much, we asked them, how much oil per day is the NNPC refinery churning out to the markets? So when they talk like that, if they think we don't have facts or we don't listen to empirical facts, we give you the facts here. Fact check me. Didn't Dangote to give credit to Emefiele when that refinery was opened?
He didn't even need to give credit because every Nigerian knew it, that was what happened. And but let's go back to the Electoral Act. Afenifere decries shielding candidates with fake certificates. The National Assembly said that's what really transpired. I don't know what is.
No, it's part of their MO now. Part of the things that you can't take to court is it's not a grounds to take to court certificate problems. Because we all know the antecedents of that certificate problem. We all know it's not the same sitting president, President Tinubu, that said, this was after he claimed that he did so well in school. And the same man now went ahead to say that releasing his certificate will be irreparable damage. We all remember now, apart from Boala's lies, he went to lie that Deloitte, he went to lie in the Assange show that Deloitte did not say anything, that Deloitte came out to debunk the story that they refused that Tinubu worked with them, President Tinubu worked with them. It was a lie. Go and fact check me again. When Deloitte was subpoena, Deloitte said they didn't see anybody by name Bola Tinubu in their record. Fact check me again. Just go and fact check me.
Maybe you went by another name. Anyway,
fact check me, Yango.
Maybe
when I see fact and I see fact check me,
I'm just laughing with the words you're using. Maybe you should start using the fact check me. We know somebody who usually said that. Now he has gone to Mexico, though. So it just sounded funny. It sounded funny because he usually said fact check me, and then today he's talking something else.
You know, when people say fact check me, when you check the facts are not there. Alright? But for me, one fact check me. My facts are there.
Okay, Tambuwal has quit PDP. Maybe we saw all this coming, but do we even need to go back to asking whether PDP is still a political party in Nigeria or not?
No, it's not. It's weakening the opposition. Like I predicted, they weaken the opposition. You now see the joke Mr. Wike is pulling now. The same Mr. Wike that is pulling the strings of APC in Rivers State. He now says the PDP will have their presidential primary on May 20-something. So they will put in a very mongrel candidate that will pretty much be an affirmation to President Tinubu. Just like they did before. That's like how Halis and Watara does his own election. We really want to pick opposition. We stifle the stronger opposition, just like he did for Tijantiam. Well, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to be a joke of the candidates.
Okay, let me leave you to take your pick right now. Before you go, any headline you might want to talk about that I've not.
Yeah, well, I just want to call for peace in the Middle East. It's affecting all of us. Nigerians are fighting hard. Yango, if you don't fact check me, let me fact check myself. Well, put it in AI. AI has fact checked me. Aliko Dangote gave significant credit to former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele in the launch of the Dangote refinery on May 22nd, 2023. In his speech at the inauguration in Lagos, Dangote praised Emefiele for his courage, support, and backing. And I like the project would not have been successful without him. So for all the supporters that say it's this administration, I have fact checked myself. Go and check it, it's there.
Yeah. Okay, so
you hear it, let me tell you what Dangote said. Yeah. Dangote stated that he moved mountains to ensure the success of the projects. He noted that aside from his own team, no one in the garden had visited the refinery more times than Emefiele. Funding support, the communication was linked to the central bank support in helping the coordinating local banks to provide financing for the 18.5 billion projects. At the same time, Emefiele spoke, noting that the CBN provided 125 billion to help with domestic currency requirements and facilitate exchange rates for the project. 125 billion naira. Do you see President Tinubu's name on all of this? When I say fact check the Yango, I am the man of empirical facts.
Anyway, some people will still not like it, but you know,
they will not like facts.
They have to state the fact.
It is not for them to like the fact, Yango. It's for us to state it. Facts don't care about your feelings and emotions. It's for me to state it. I have stated it and I have fact checked myself.
All right, Rufai. At this point,
so if you don't like the fact that I stated, my song for you this morning as I go Yangon is the number you are calling is not available. The number you are calling is not available. What about sentiment I lie? Fact. Oh yeah.
Thank you. You too, Rufai. Thank you very much for your time. Yeah. Okay, we're listening to Rufai Hosseini. He joined us and we're talking about the headlines this morning. There's still more headlines to cover, but this time it's going to be with you. We're hoping to be joined by Barrister Darlington, who will also give us his take on the headlines this morning. We're back to the front pages, and like I did promise, Barrister Darlington will also be joining us to talk about the headlines this morning, and he's on standby right now. Barrister Darlington, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Yangu, and happy fuel scarcity.
Well, everything in Nigeria, we can say happy this, happy that. Happy bad governance, happy fuel scarcity, happy transport hike, happy everything.
Happy non-NEPA. I'm happy rich.
Okay, same to you, Barrister. I don't know if it's a good wish, but same to you. Anyway, let's go to the headlines this morning. There are very, very many. Maybe I'll have to... Let me start with judicial cleansing. EFCC's axe dangles over 100 lawyers as 17 get LPDC sanctions. Okay, so I don't know whether this is an appropriate headline to say judicial cleansing. If we want to cleanse the judiciary, where are we going to start from?
It does not concern EFCC. It does not at all. That is a wrong headline. The NPA is here. The National Judicial Council is there. So what is this one with EFCC? What are they going to do to lawyers? What do they even know to go to that extent? Please, let them reschedule that headline. I don't buy it. They are not the one to discipline lawyers. They are not the one. It's not under their purview at all.
Okay, having cleared that about that. Yeah, go ahead.
By the way, we will not discipline EFCC themselves. With this thing they are doing now, they are even more corrupt than the lawyer they are talking about. The EFCC knows that. Because if they have been doing the needful, most of these politicians should have been in jail by now. They know. So why do they want to divert our attention with lawyers? Please let them go and look for something to do and leave lawyers alone.
They say financial impropriety and so many other things that should concern the EFCC. That's why they are on their case, as it were.
Are you serious? I don't want to pay lawyers. If a lawyer has a client and they have negotiated a fee for their services, what has that got to do with EFCC? I mean, look at it yourself. Does it add up? It doesn't add up. So please, let them come and tell me that lawyers are behind this bad economy. Or lawyers are the ones running the economy. Or lawyers are making advert for case. Are you not the one that hire a lawyer? You hired a lawyer and he's the render service to you and you pay him. So what is this financial impropriety? I mean, I don't understand. EFCC should please stay clear before they have cases on their head.
Okay, so now let's digress a little bit. If we want to, like I asked before, if we want to sanitize the legal, not the legal system, the judiciary, where do we start from? What is lacking? What do we need to do?
Good. You see, the political leadership, because I remember what Adiwala said when he was leaving his validated speech. He said that the judgment is now cash and carry, and that politicians on their neck, they are breathing down their neck. The man said it. Then this other appeal court judge too, Mensa, he said it, that they are under pressure, that politicians are interfering in their cases. So you have so many judges lamenting. Unfortunately, it is when they are leaving office that we start lamenting what is going on. So if they can muster the political will or the judicial will to resist what is happening, is that not where to start? Because all these professional bodies, they have disciplinary committees that look into their cases. But how about the political leadership? Can they discipline them? Their answer is capital no, because they are the ones that appointed them. They are the ones that are telling them what to do and what not to do. And so the discipline should come from the political leader who does not want the corruption to thrive under their watch. If not, it will continue. That's just the truth. Is it not politician that asks lawyers to go and do the undoable in court? Some people defected in River State. And up to today, that case has not seen the light of day. Meanwhile, Section 109 is very clear on defection. Because it will not favor APC. They now use the state of emergency to cover everything up. Can you just imagine? So who is behind all these things now? Who? They are the ones destroying the judicial profession. And most lawyers that have conscience, they don't buy into their idea. But some people, because of money and all that, of course, they will take the case up. As long as the pay is good, they will take it up. Why not, if not? So they should look inward. The political leadership should look inward. That's what my take on this matter. They should leave lawyers alone and they look at themselves.
Okay, this Electoral Act, cross-carpet crackdown, traps politicians. You know, there has been an amendment recently to the Electoral Act that has just been signed into law. so that you cannot hold membership of two political parties at the same time. If your name is still found in one and the other, there's a problem. 10 million naira fine or 2 years jail term or both. I'd like
that law is already illegal because the electoral law has been signed by Tinubu. So where did they bring this one now? Was it debated before the House? Did they ask for the input of the general public? The opposition in the House, are they aware of this? That means they are going to return that law for another amendment. They can't amend it through the back door because it was not there when Tinubu signed it. It was not there. That's just the truth. It was not there. So what is this afterthought? So that means when they remember another one tomorrow, they will not go back and then amend it. So how many of them is Tinubu going to sign? I'm good. Can you imagine the joke we are playing in this country because we want to get at somebody? You want to get at somebody. You now make laws against that person and pretend it's for the general public. But the one that will affect them, especially that certificate forgery, look at how it was. Go and read the section 138 of that Electoral Act. You will laugh. You will laugh. The way they foolishly crafted it, that the certificate forgery is no longer a crime. Meanwhile, the Constitution is very clear on that issue. Somebody in Tunisia went to jail for 6 months for that. A political candidate of a political party presented it in Tunisia and he was sent to jail by the court there. In this case now, this is something that is very obvious, very clear. If you go to the INEC form that some people feed, some APC chieftain feed during the last election, Yamgo, the session for primary school is nil. The session for secondary school is nil. That of university is shrouded in mystery up to today. Up to today, Yamgo. So which one are they going to present in 2027? Meanwhile, they are fighting tooth and nail, not for the court in the US and the FBI and CIA not to release their documents. Yambo, nobody put that in our electoral act. Nobody. They didn't remember all these things. So you can imagine. There's tomorrow somebody will come and tell me that he's a Democrat. He wants the unity of Nigeria. He wants big government. He wants shared prosperity. When they are talking, I just tune off seriously. You can see deceit. You are not sincere with what you are saying. So how can there be progress? You know you are lying to yourself and to everybody. So how can there be progress, Yambo? How can? You are reading the people with deceit. You are not sincere. You are saying another thing and you are doing another thing. Have you wondered why Emefiele is going through what he's going through today? He was induced not to help Dangote when that, because they wanted to do something with Dangote after they come into office. Remember, immediately they came into office and Dangote opened that refinery, there was problem. Remember? Mm-hmm. At the point, the man was so frustrated. Let them come and take this refinery. I'm no longer interested. Have you asked yourself that with the reason? Oh God! I wish you could tell the story this morning. That's why Dangote now took the bull by the horn and started opening up. He started opening up. So he told us about the refinery in Malta. Then how he bought that land for $100 million. It was that time that negotiations said that their land was sold and somebody collected the money. And somebody was now going to court to challenge it. At the end of the day, what happened? Remember, that was why Dangote said, okay, since it's like this, let's go for Brooks. And you think that person will be happy that after all the shenanigans, that man is still operating. If you listen to our show yesterday, I almost quarreled with my colleague over this issue. Because the truth has not been told. And you say you want a prosperous country. Meanwhile, you are selfishly manipulating everything. Everything must belong to you. You must be in charge. You must be able to say it. But then nothing lasts forever. Let him go and read history books. Nothing lasts forever. It can never happen.
Yeah, but this administration prides itself that they are responsible for Dangote refinery coming on stream.
Leave that to
all their supporters say that, and this even this morning there is a headline which says the federal government says Nigerians should be thankful for local refining capacity, and making it sound like because they've been able to give Nigerians the local refining capacity, Nigerians should be thankful.
Where is local refining capacity, please? Where is it? Were you not there when Dangote was buying crude from America before this Iran issue came up? The modern refineries have lamented that nobody is giving them crude. And when they confronted the NNPC, they said that orders from above. I mean, local modular refineries. So there is one in Benin and there is one in Egema in Imo State. So where are the fuel they are refining? If we have that local thing as they are saying, please, are we supposed to be in this quagmire now? Yeah, I'm good. If we have sufficient local refining capacity, should anybody be in this quagmire now? You know, most of the time when they tell lies, the following day, their lies will be exposed. That is the embarrassing aspect of this thing. After telling all the lies, just the following day, that lie will be exposed. We were here when Dangote was open. In fact, Tinubu was not invited. He was not there that day. He was not there that day. Go and check all the guests that came. Tinubu was never invited. And he is a Lord of Lagos. So please.
Okay, there was oil. There was the oil. The cost of petrol is still very high in Nigeria, in spite of the fact that Dangote has reduced its price, gantry price, and the international market also released some from the strategic reserve, as they call it, and all that. The prices are still high. Do we see these prices coming down anytime soon, or what could Nigeria have done? Let me go that way. What could Nigeria have done to make sure that we don't find ourselves in this, apart from the refineries that are not working?
You don't even have, in fact, your so-called crude oil has been sold out upfront. So you don't even have a buffer that can sustain you. Remember when they used to boast that we have reserve? We have reserve. NNP, they used to boast that they have reserve somewhere. Now I'm wondering, where is the reserve? This is the time for you to now begin to disseminate those results, so that the people will not feel the impact so much. In South Korea, as I talk to you now, they have brought to price control. That means we don't sell above a certain price, and government make sure that yes, the differences are taken care by them, so that the business people will not suffer. It's there. So what happened to such measures in Nigeria? I have always told people that whenever a regulator is interested in a business, it will never thrive. Go and check. Whenever a regulator is now a player in any business, forget it. They will always look for a way to favor themselves. There is one particular oil company in Nigeria. Every year they will be posting 3 trillion profit, 4 trillion profit. And I ask myself, are they the only oil company in Nigeria? Where are they making this money from? Where are they making this money from? Because this oil company bought OVH, and OVH bought the downstream sector of the NNPCL. Can you see the magic they played? And so they will not be operating from behind the scene. You will never see their name on the surface, but behind the scene they are operating. That is the real issue here. They want to continue to make you and I. The so-called crude they gave us, God gave us, they don't want anybody to enjoy it. Look at the people of Saudi Arabia. How the government has used this oil to better their life. They don't pay tax. Yeah, they don't pay tax. And so with other countries where they have this oil, you are the only OPEC country without a refinery, Yamgu. Is that a fact or not? Is that a fact or not? Even with Libya that has two governments, you would have thought that things will be haywire there. But go and check there, go and check. Please, point your laptop there and check what is going on there. Whether they have this kind of crisis that we have here. These are issues that the people are supposed to be talking about, but nobody. They are interested in who will win 2027. I think when you win it, you now go to heaven straight. It's unfortunate, seriously. Look, for the question you asked me, if this war continues, we are going to suffer more. Because Iran has hinted of $200 per barrel. If it goes there as high as that, you can imagine how much it will cost here. That means nobody will be going to work. It will be like COVID-19, where people are operating from homes. So we should prepare. Because we have never prepared for anything, any eventuality outside here. We are never prepared. It was only once under Jonathan that Okonjo-Iweala managed this economy. And we were never involved in the financial shockwave that happened in the Western world. The records are there. We didn't even know what was going on. Until our kids are came, we are begging up for money from US, UK, Canada. That's when we knew what was going on. The worldwide financial meltdown did not affect Nigeria. Go and check. Then they came to ask Okonjo-Iweala, how did you manage this economy? So, with these people that are here now, who are they? Is it about cronies or about Nigeria? Alant Oyedele has been designated as the Minister of Finance. Is that not true? That means the man that didn't do well. It's obvious now. He didn't do well. They want to ease him out.
Minister of State.
They said the minister designated within your state. This minister designated.
He was supposed to replace, is it Odoka they call her, that has been moved to the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning. So
you never can tell. Remember that this Cardoso has issues with this federal government. When this man came out and told us the true state of our economy, when they said we have met our target, the man came out and said, no, we are behind with 30 trillion. Remember, for you to go against your principle is a cardinal sin in the mafia world. Your godfather said that we have overshot our target in our revenue pursuit. And you came out and said, no, we did not even meet it at all. We are behind by 30 trillion. And you think the man will be happy with you? Okay, let's see.
Okay, so the federal government is proposing, or the State House of Assembly is proposing, that the people who have been displaced by the demolition should be moved to Ekpe. I'd comment on that.
Yes, because I like that decision they took. Maybe they have a very good counsel who advise them. Because no matter how much they are giving, it will never solve their housing problem because of land issue. That money, the land, to buy the land alone will swallow the money. So how do they develop it? So it's better they give them a land. And that land, look, all the documentation should be followed through and through. Not tomorrow, when another government come now, it will ask them to move. They should take care of all the needful, so that we will see another eviction tomorrow. That's what I'm saying here. If they are moving there, let it be well documented and sealed before the court to avoid what happened before.
Well, but I'm just concerned about what the residents who were in Makoko will be doing in Ekpe. These people are mostly fishermen.
I mean,
some that have businesses have in the mainland and all that, and they are moving them as far as Ekpe, which is like...
I know, but in Ekpe, yes, there is a riverine community around there. I remember I once went to Ojoba to buy fish, fresh fish. They used to sell it with the smell and all that. So those areas, as long as it's there, the thing is that they should go closer to where their businesses are. And I know the whole of Ekpe is surrounded by water. Is that not a fact? Mm. They can resume their businesses. The whole of that place is surrounded by water, so it will be easier for them. They are even lucky they did not relocate them to Surulere, where they'll be watching the national stadium.
Hmm. Okay, I mean, but the residents themselves are kicking against it. They never had that kind of agreement that they were going to be relocated and all that. And I don't know what guarantees they have if they're moving to Ekpe. Like you just pointed out, you're hoping that all agreements will be signed and it will not be a case where another government will come and remove them from where they are.
In any agreement like this, there will be saboteurs. There are those who will not agree. But if majority are saying let's relocate, they should follow. Because if they collect that money, it will not solve their problem with what is going on today. They cannot even buy. If they want to buy any land within that area, 10 million cannot afford them a plot of land. Is that not a fact, Yangu? Because Allah they wanted to give them 10 million. And that was why they rejected it. So if they want to relocate them in such an area, all they need is look for a location, because some of these areas are still underdeveloped. Yeah, they are still underdeveloped, and Lagos State, I think they are the landowners in all areas. So they can afford to measure the same size of land and give to them very close to where their businesses will thrive and all that. Since the Minister of Public Economy cannot give us fish, let's make do with the local fishermen.
Okay, but the argument of this residents is that all discussions, and I'm quoting this, all discussions held so far have only involved suggestion and debates between Lagos State government and residents of the Makoko waterfront community. We are surprised that a conclusion was announced and published without the knowledge or agreement of the Makoko community. So they didn't sit with them really to decide this. They just made that. And I don't know why there was a debate. So if they were asking them for suggestions and all that, and they kept talking and they didn't conclude on anything, how did they arrive at just moving them to Makoko?
The last I heard is that the Makoko community, the people that we are moved, they refused to be giving money. They said they wanted to give them 10 million, but they rejected it. That they want to be relocated. That was the last I heard. And I said that was a good suggestion and a good move. So the people that went for the meeting, is it not their representative? Of course, all of them will not go there now. They must have leaders who will represent them and all that. Is that not what they agreed that was done?
So if they're moving them to Ekpe, are they going to build houses for them, or they're just going to show them land and say, okay, do what you can do with this land?
Good. When we get to the river, we'll not think of crossing it. Let them even agree that, yes, this is where we are going to stay. Then they will talk of the next step. That is what I think.
Does it ever happen? Because when you accept one thing in Nigeria, it's as if everybody forgets, unless you dot all the I's and cross the T's.
But this is a developing story. You need to agree for step one, then you now go to step two. You need to have a land before you start thinking of developing. It is only when you now have accepted. Are you going to reject any because you didn't see the money to develop, therefore you reject it? No. You go there. By the time they see what is going on and all that, nobody will tell them to. Because if you just locate it, they are going to constitute a nuisance there. They are going to constitute, because you see makeshift shacks and batchers and all that. And then tomorrow you want a new Lagos. Are you not the one that caused it? So let them even go there and say, yes, you are giving us a land. Or how do you develop it? Because I remember that was one of the reasons why Balarade Musa was impeached in Kaduna. The MPN lawmakers in Kaduna, asked him to give them a plot of land. And then they now asked the man to give them 50,000 to develop it. The man said he has no money to do that. So, and they said, okay, no problem. That means you have to go. You don't have a witness at that. That was the main reason why they impeached him. So these guys should go there first, and then now demand from government, how do you remove our house? You put down our houses in Makoko and brought us in this desert. How do we survive? We don't want when we build our own shacks and the batters tomorrow, you come and remove it too. You better give us one to develop here. It will not make meaning. That's what I think.
What was even the definition of bachas and all that in Nigeria, when last year the same federal government was proposing bamboo houses for low and medium income earners?
Because they saw it in Japan, Abi. Let them go and look at those structures, how it was built. They copy wrongly. Japan is talking of because of the earthquake-prone environment they are. Go and look at, they even hire some Africans to come and remove these houses at a point. They remove them with the hand. They climb as far as 3-4 story building. So let them copy well. All those things are saying now because of tomorrow. It may not even last a day because of our environment. So let them not copy what is not obtainable here. Some of those things, like in the US, they build houses with wood. Some people, when they are moving for holiday camp, they can now assemble their houses wherever they are going to. That is why when those hurricane came, it will just sweep everything away. Most of their houses is assembled wood and loggings and all that. That is how they do their houses over there. So is that what they are going to copy? We even have the standard of wood that they use to put up these houses there. These are issues, so they should not go there. They should not go there. They should get a solid ground to build houses that will last and last and last. Okay. Comparable to the one they demolish.
All right, Bryce, we have to let you go at this time, and we'd like to thank you for your time this morning.
Young I am not really happy about what is going on, seriously. This Electoral Act, I am telling you, with the way things are going, they are going to amend it 10 times more because of somebody. Is that democracy? Nigerians are making a law against a particular person, and you say you are a Democrat, Abi? This issue that came up now, is it not a serious national issue that can cause problem in a country? Certificate forgery is not a crime, but belonging to two political parties is not a crime. I wish them well. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Have a wonderful day, sir. Okay. It's still the front page review. Let's just open our lines now for you to call in and tell us what you think. You've heard the headlines so far, and Rufai did justice to some of them, and also Barrister Darlington has also talked about some others, some more. So it's now time for you to also lend your voice to what is happening. The numbers are 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. You can also call 080 3692 9933 080 3692 9933. If you want to send us a WhatsApp message or call, it's 081 71 756338 081 71 756338. Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, my name is George. I'm calling from Sule.
George, go right ahead.
Okay, great. So there's this slogan that democracy goes by, and it says it's for the people by the people. I think that the larger populace have not come to understand the power that they have yet.
Yeah.
And we try to fix things from the top. But in my experience, or from both, or from how it's been said, you try to fix things from the ground up. And what am I trying to say? Can
This is just a request, and this is also to an appeal to the general public. Can we try and fix things from the smaller point? Start with our local government chairman. Can radio stations start bringing up sensitizations to empower the people to know that they can start holding these small guys accountable? And let's leave the guys at the top first. Let's deal with these small guys first. Hold them accountable because they are smaller. They don't have as much power or covering as the guys at the top. If everyone in every locality can hold the small guys close to them accountable, these guys will start getting scared because they will know that the power now belongs to the people. But if we keep just lamenting and complaining, we will complain and complain from now forevermore. And nothing will ever change. Yes, there's the opportunity to vote, but can we start holding accountable, get interested in local elections, start from those small points and hold them accountable? If we start calling on local government, calling them out, trust me, they'll start sitting up. And from the local government, we move up. Move up to the states, and then we can keep moving up that way. So my job to round up is, let's start sensitizing the people that they can start from the granular point. Let's leave the guys at the top first. The Senate, House of Assembly, the President, let's leave them. Let's start from the small guys and start holding them accountable. Let's start calling them out. Let every radio station start calling all the local government chairman and tell them to give accountability of what they are doing. If it continues for the next 3 or 4, 6 months, you will start seeing something changing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good suggestion. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, this is Reckless Love.
Ricky Baba. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, Yango, this morning I really want to say something. I don't know what is really wrong with Nigerians. Like, seriously, yesterday, what I saw yesterday was so I don't know how to put it. There was this rally happening or something, like, I don't know if it was what do you call it, election parade or anything in Ikeja. So I saw a lot of people yesterday, like the way they were putting on this very cap of this this on a so-called man, like under the sun. That was so crazy. And when I was going to somewhere, there's this place I passed at, like if you come through from Ladipot to Arojobe, that's inside Oshodi.
Yeah.
Some policemen are there extorting money from all these KK people and some Okada riders. I don't know what is really happening. With how expensive fuel is, these people are still disturbing and collecting money. If you don't just give them 200 and they'll pack your KK on how much fuel is costing and how people are suffering. My brother, this is very unacceptable. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you. Oh, that makes another complaint. Yesterday there was complaint about another location as well where policemen were extorting the commuters, and it's very, 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 I don't know how to put it. How can people not have a heart? Even if nothing else, at least you are doing a job, and your job is to protect the people, to make sure that, in fact, if others are coming to extort them, you should be the one that they should run to and say, look at what this Agbero is doing to me. He wants to extort from me, and but these are the policemen themselves who are doing this. Yesterday also we had a caller who told us that there were armed robbers somewhere that were just operating anyhow they liked. Starting from as early as 7 o'clock in the evening, they begin operation in that place, and nobody seems to hold them. They're so bold that they can do anything that they want to do. Please, the police authority in Lagos State, I know that you're listening. I know that you can hear me. We are begging you, please investigate and make sure you remove these men from our roads that extort the people. It can start anywhere. A violent uprising can start anywhere. A motorist who has been frustrated back in the at home because his family cannot feed well, he comes there, and then a policeman wants to extort him, and all. Something can just, a small thing can trigger a very, very deadly revolution here. It shouldn't be the police that will start it. It should be the police that should make sure it never happens or it doesn't grow beyond that. But if the police are the ones that will be the target, the first target before every other thing, then it will be a very, very worrisome thing. Tell your men to stop this extortion. Let them not trigger something else in this kind of a harsh economy. Tell your men to also be proactive enough to make sure these flashpoints that are being reported that crime is happening, they will man those places and do the needful. Crime must rise when people suffer. There are no two ways about it. There are people who cannot beg because they don't know how to, but they will resort to crime. And you will say, why not just ask? Not everybody has the ability to do that or the gift to do that. Whether you like it or not, it's also a gift to be able to ask. Some people even have this gift and they will ask, and then nobody listens to them. You tell them you have not eaten the whole day and they're looking at you like, are you serious? Where were you when your mates were working? And you don't know the backstory of that person. So many things will make some people go into crime, some that would not even want to go into crime. So let's not trigger a revolution that will consume us. Let's not trigger a violent uprising that will consume us. Police, please do your work and stop the extortion. We can only beg at this point. We don't want to go fighting anybody. We don't want it to degenerate into where people will want to protest over police extortion. I mean, it should be extortion of the other people we call agberos and all that, and then we call the police into the matter and everything dies down. It shouldn't be started by the police. Habana. Anyway, good morning, VOP family. The federal government should please discuss with Dangote, since as a nation we don't have working refineries, to see how pump price can be sold to Nigerians for at most 800 naira to reduce the hardship Nigerian masses are passing through presently due to America and Iran ongoing war. The government of all levels should at this time channel all their energy and strategy towards reducing pain and suffering Nigerians are passing through at the moment and put politicking on hold presently. Benjamin from Shogunle. I never dreamt of a time when Nigeria will be begging for fuel to be at 800 naira. Anyway, Mazi Ugochukwu, aka Elder General from Isheri Oshun, the constant power failure is getting out of hand and our leaders are busy pushing 2027 election. God rise and shame them come next year. The only solution is for the electorate to vote wisely come next year. Please free Mazi Namdi Kanu. And before we go back to the calls, it's highly ridiculous to hear from President Tinubu that the country's economy is now stable and improving as state governors no longer get loans from bank to pay salaries. Permit me to ask that what has now happened to the only achievement under his administration, which is reviving the Nigeria stock market, which has gone back to lifesaver machine, as it seems the economy plans and policies are not sustainable. So many investors are wondering why the Nigeria stock market has suddenly hit the rocks and now groaning in pain due to the loss they have been recording since last month. The president should, as a matter of urgency, address this issue if his dream of building a $1 trillion economy is to become a reality. Finally, I want to use this medium to inform the chairman of Nigeria Stock Exchange that for almost 2 years that Unity Bank stock has been delisted from the stock market and court had given order to the bank to pay off investors. I can tell you authoritatively that investors are yet to be paid. I just want to believe this is not another avenue to scam innocent citizens. Government, through various agencies in charge of financial crime, should see to this issue. Olorun Agba, wow. God bless Nigeria. Temi Tokwe Onotoye from Ijegamo community. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, I am good. Good morning. This is MD, the referendum advocate.
Okay, go on.
See, this is why they keep on talking of this referendum, because the country is becoming a very funny place. You can imagine how someone trying to say that certificate forgery now is no more an offense because of one person. Well, just imagine the state Nigeria has slided into now. That if you are just there, whatever you wish, the judiciary will agree with you, the parliament will agree with you. This is somebody, nobody can trace his village where he went to say secondary school, and the people are still supporting him so sheepishly. And they look at the effects, all the appointments and everything, look at the effects. The last in all facets of Nigerian sector. Is it the defense? Is it the economy? Is it and people are still trying to play as if they don't know what is going on? How can National Assembly do that? Have you not signed the act? How come again they want to amend where the certificate is no more criminal offense because of one person? I've been in those cases, and you know that when you're in the opposition, you know that they are very, very tough and they don't support evil. But nowadays, some of them I know are still neutral, but most of them, I don't know whether their level of education or whatever, as supporting usually, as far as they are their man, as far as they are religious man, the country is just slipping down and down to hell. I feel pain when I hear these things. The referendum is to give the solution so that people will go and decide how they want to do themselves or how you stay together. That is it. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day too. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning, please.
Good morning. This is UCA.
Okay, go on.
Mr. Ngo, Obi Kubana went to a phone in Enugu State with Enugu State Governor. He was telling the Enugu State Governor that the Igbos don't knowledge because they don't want to support the bill. Mr. Ngo, I don't understand that Kubana of a person. He was saying that the City Boys movement is all about mobilizing votes. Listen to me. You have right to support anybody you wish to support. But do not take your own personal in the context of your people, your region, saying they don't have knowledge. I've never seen that guy in any forum or meeting where intellectuals from the East sit and talk and say something that is meaningful. I've never, they say he's a billionaire. I'm yet to see or track the business he does that make him a billionaire. I've not seen anything like that. He has a right to mobilize. He has a right to support who you want to support. But you don't have a right to be saying you have knowledge than your people. I don't understand that man. He does not know anything. He does not know anything. Let him know that. Now, let me go to the Electoral Act Amendment. You see how greedy and selfish we could be in this part of the world. We protested at Abuja. We called names that this thing should be amended. This is what we don't want. This is what we want. But just because you want to put something that suits your interests so quick, so fast, you want to infuse it so that you will stop the movements of Peter Obi to align with another party in case Atiku did the trick and the Mago secure the ticket in ADC. And let me crashed. Hello, the same way PDP crashed, the same way ADC will crashed if Obi failed to get the tickets. I'm still one of those people that said Peter Obi or nothing. Either Peter Obi gets it or ADC will disintegrate and crash like PDP crashed. They should go and write it somewhere. They said they do it free and fair. Because I believe it go that way, Obi will secure the ticket and Nigeria will go all out for him. You cannot continue this way, Mr. Yangoro. What is the difference between Tinubu and Atiku? What is the difference between Atiku and this man and Buhari that is gone? Atiku has been there as a vice president. He didn't do so much to change Nigeria. He's there in Dubai right now, relaxing with his family. Election time again, he will run back home to want to contest the election. I've not seen him doing anything so necessary. And again, when he get there, everything he has lost, spending, he will want to recover back. So we don't want characters like that man. We don't want another allergy. We want a different kind of orientation. We need vision. Nigeria is clamoring for $1 trillion economy. It's going to achieve through industrialization and mass investment in productivity. Our economy needs to grow. We've not grown economy for long. Even when Jonathan was there, our budget was larger than our GDP. It should not be like that. It should not be like that. The GDP should always be bigger than the budget. That is how it should be. Not the budget bigger than the GDP, because the GDP is financing the budget, not budget financing the GDP. So it's contrast. It's contradicting. So if we must achieve $1 trillion economy, we must be somebody that has industrial understanding.
a businessman and a politician IQ, not a politician IQ like just Tinubu is there politicking. No interests, no vision, no plan, no idea. Right now, Middle East has stopped the country, the whole world, sorry. 20% oil traffic is done through the Strait of Hormuz. Exporting oil through that channel. They are making money right now. So much money. We don't have refinery yet. You are lying to us that local refinery is working and Nigeria is making money. How? How? So we cannot make it this way. We are going to make it until we start being productive, until we start telling ourselves the truth, speaking truth to power proper. Right. If not so, nothing will change. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. God bless you, sir.
God bless you too. Okay. Good morning, Yamgul. For so far, President Tinubu is still in power. We will never get it right because it will always go his own way, Yamgul. Whether we agree to this or not, our country, Nigeria, has been captured, and it is only divine intervention that can bring a change. It's so unfortunate and sad that we have found ourselves in this type of situation, and most sadly is that everyone is helpless with little or no solution available. I will continue to urge everyone to get your PVCs set and use it to make this the desired change in 2027. Nigeria must surely be a better place for all of us. And for the Iran war, I urge all the parties to embrace peace because there is no gain in war. Have a blessed day, my good friend Yamgul. From His Royal Highness BC Nwoko in Oshodi. Thank you, BC Nwoko, for your message. Good morning, Yamgul. I am a very regular VOP listener for about 2 years now. Please, I want to use this medium to thank God for giving my wife a safe delivery yesterday. Oh, congratulations to you. Congratulations. Doctors and nurses have concluded that she could only give birth through C-section because the baby was in breached position, sitting. But after all hope was lost, God showed up. She delivered without CS. VOP lovers, please join me to thank God for answering our prayers. This is Isaac Vincent from Iyanokpaja. Isaac Vincent, congratulations to you. We thank God for your wife and baby. We hope that the baby grows up to make you proud and become a very good citizen of Nigeria. We hope and pray that he grows into a Nigeria that is better than the one we're finding right now. So you, the father, and even the mother, do the needful, get your PVCs, vote in 2027 for a very good government that will have the plan for the future of this child and other children, even the ones yet unborn. Okay, so let's just take a moment now and join Chichomzi to tell us or give us an update on Gather social media. Good morning, Chichomzi, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Yamgo. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Lagosians. I am super excited. The platform where Sabi is here. The platform that has been putting food on people's table is here. Look at the reaction since last week. We are working with our hosts to make sure we serve all of you better, the whole world better, not only Nigerians, because Gather social media platform is global. Today, anywhere you are, you can access us. And you know, it won't be the same when it was only Nigeria. So we are working with our hosts to make sure that we serve the whole world better. Yamgo, you need to see reaction of people since last week. I can't post. It's not that the site doesn't open, but they can't post. I said, good, I like it. It shows that Gather social media platform, many are beneficiary of it. Otherwise, there won't be this massive reaction. Hey, I can't post to. What's going on? What's going on? You see? And this is a site where these people complaining did not put 1 naira in the site. It's just that they are benefiting from the site. I am super happy. I love it. If the site is not providing, they wouldn't have been reacting. They would just say, after all, which one is there? Which one concerns me? You know. So Gather social media platform is a platform like Facebook for my first listeners, Twitter and all, that offers you instant monetization. You don't need to be monetized first to start making money. Register with my link. Don't fail. Or the link of a person that introduced you. I keep saying the link brought me to radio station. If you don't use my link, it's easy for you because it's global. You can go to the to your browser and register. If you do so and you have any related issue that has to do with withdrawal, or you want to pay yourself, because I will still front the paying of yourself, I will not assist you. I keep saying it. If I check you are not in my genealogy, I won't assist you. You know, so some people don't like being under anybody. Some people like doing things because they are Gen Z group. They know how to do all this internet stuff. They will move there, do it. If you do it like that, I'm not going to assist you if you have any issue. I am saying it now over the radio. Use my link or the link of a person that introduced you. Ikeja people, my apologies, please. We are not going to have our training by 10. It will be by 1 p.m. My apology. 1 p.m., please. And if we look at that 1 p.m. and it suits us, we move to 1 p.m. So 1 p.m. because of a strong reason. Then, Alafia, we are coming tomorrow. Get ready. It's 10 a.m. Sprinkle Bar Hotel by YTK Fleet Station. Alafia Bus Stop by my 2 Orire Road. Please locate us there by 10 a.m. We have our digital asset. Please, if you are in my training, you have not gotten our digital asset, please go get it. I get why. Digital asset came down now, and a lot of people made withdrawal last week. You can get reasonable quantity of this asset now. It is a bonus to you. If you know about digital asset, this is the time to cash in. Now, our share, our partners, keep rejoicing, keep being happy. Dividends, we share it every week. You see how much this share will be by next week. If you don't have our share this week, well, we don't force people to direct you to the center. 081 60 65 39 56 081 60 65 39 56. This is my PA's number. My personal number is 080 375 057 37 080 375 057 37. For those that bought share that have not gotten their login details, please come to my personal WhatsApp. Go into the group to drop your message. You are wasting your time. I don't know you in the group. I know you personally, because when you come to my personal WhatsApp, I will see my transaction with you, then know how to assist you. But if you go to the group, I can't help you. Please come to my personal WhatsApp for your login details. If you have sent it, just say hello, I have sent it. Don't bother. What I'm doing is to make sure that everybody is attended to. If I did not open your message, don't worry, I will open it. But come up again so that your message will come up again. Okay. Thank you so much. Remain blessed. See you guys tomorrow.
All right. Okay, we still have a few minutes on our hands. Let's try to take some messages before we hand over to Igboamaka. And take that break till 10:30. Good morning, Betapiki Nyamgul. You and I know that consistent leadership can manifest in various ways, from communication and decision making to emotional intelligence, followed by accountability. Example, building trust, foster a positive environment, and driving success. Please take a good look around the country. In all these qualities I mentioned, can you beat your chest to stand for this government of APC? Other than nepotism and slavery, corruption, poverty, lack, want, misappropriation of public funds, propaganda, and insecurity, etc. Are you not seeing the handwriting of the end-time leadership as the Bible proclaimed that is ravaging the country through the APC government, please? Kindly tell the president of Nigeria and all his leaders that what shall profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul, or will they bribe the heavens, please? My prayer is that let the sovereignty hands of God pass across this country, Nigeria. The sovereign hand of God pass across this country of Nigeria. Kingsley from Agbara. Thank you, Kingsley. Rufai is very correct. Dangote gave credit to Emefiele, but somebody from Ekpe will say Tinubu gave Dangote the land, whereas Dangote paid $100 million to Lagos state government during Tinubu's administration. The man from Ekpe will not ask what he did with that money. History will not be kind to these people. From S&2. Thank you, S&2. Good morning, Mr. Nyamgul. The master strategist is at it again. He masters on minor wickedness and evil. Why not use his great abilities to better the lives of ordinary people in the streets? It is unfortunate that they want to nail Mr. Peter Obi from contesting in 2027. Whether he is there or not, this government will be voted out. Mark my words. They should know that absolute power belongs to God and God alone. These shenanigans will stop one day. President Tinubu, ride on. God is above all of us, and he will surely come to pass. Chude from Ayetoro. Chude, thank you very much. And this one says, good morning to you, Mr. Presenter. Please, Rufai should stop his self-glorification. The question is, what was the motive and reward for what Emefiele did for Dangote on his refinery, and who authorized it then? These are the questions to be asked, and stop giving dirty glorification to Emefiele and himself. It sounds very annoying. This is Solomon. Solomon, you should have given us contrary facts. If it is not Emefiele that helped to make sure that happened, give us other facts. And Emefiele served in the cabinet of Buhari, not in Tinubu's administration. That too is a fact. So if you have contrary facts that maybe someone else did what Rufai claimed that Emefiele did, then just give us those facts, and not saying he's glorifying himself, because he said, go and fact check me. This is my reputation on the line. Go and fact check me. So if you have Googled it and you found something contrary to what he said, just bring it up. On its own, it will expose the lie that if he was telling, he was telling. But if he was not telling a lie, I see no reason why you should deride him and say all sorts of things. So let's go on. Good morning. This is Steve Ikelu from Maryland. Kudos to gallant Nigerian soldiers for reclaiming Borno enclave from the terrorists. While we applaud this, they should also look out for the moles in their midst. That is the only way to reduce the level of casualties and killings on the part of our soldiers. May God bless Nigeria. From Steve Ikelu, Maryland. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Let's applaud the soldiers, and let us also call on Nigerian government to come and talk. Respond to what Gumi said. Gumi said that they know every terrorist, they know their location, they know their addresses, they know them by name. That means if they choose to do what they're supposed to do, is just to give an order. So if they don't dispute that fact, then I don't think we should blame the soldiers, because they're losing their lives every day. No politician is losing their lives. So we can only applaud the Nigerian army personnel, because they're doing a wonderful job as much as they are allowed to do. So let the federal government come and tell us Gumi is lying, and tell us what is true and all those things, so that we do not just speculate at all in this country. So, well, I'd like to thank you. We take a break usually at this time, to return at 10:30. So whatever your message may have been that have not been read, we will read it when we come back. We are seeing a lot of messages here, and your calls also will be taken at that time. For now, let's just take that break. Igbo Amaka will be coming up next. 10:30, we'll reconnect and finish this program together. My name is Nyamgul Agaji.